So today I want to talk a little bit about content, I think, because content is such an interesting thing. I think YouTube in general is a very interesting thing to me. Um, but like content has like very obviously been shifting a whole lot, I think. Um, Maybe not like currently, but like since I've been watching YouTube and stuff, it's sort of pivoted a lot. I feel like back in the day you would see a lot more stuff, kind of like what I'm doing here. You would see stuff like just people just talking and sort of yapping away and just playing like Minecraft or something. Like more, I guess, personal experiences, which is like a weird thing to say considering content like YouTube content is pretty much entirely driven on the idea of being relatable or like this whole parasocial element. But I think the point still stands is that like before it was like I think before people had sort of like cracked the code on like what makes a viral video. You used to see a lot more stuff like this, like just people just fucking around and like trying out stuff, I guess, or like just hanging out, just really low energy vibe based content is what you used to get a lot more of. I feel, especially in the sense of like gameplay videos. Like I feel like now a lot of the gameplay content I see is mostly like big montages. They're sort of like they're like heavily everything is heavily edited now. I think in terms of like in way of content like that. Whereas like gaming content, and it still exists, like this type that I'm gonna explain, but it's so much different than what is prominent now, right? Like old Let's Plays, like Let's Play content was just so much more chill. I think in general, it was just like a dude or a girl or whoever just hanging out playing a game for like 20 minutes at a time, and then it was over. It was like it was like a weird podcast but with gameplay in the background, and you would get like tips and tricks on the game occasionally, while also having like life antidotes like sprinkled in. That was what gaming content used to be, and now it's a little different than that. And it's not like it's bad. I don't think any of the content that we get nowadays is really bad per se, but I do think it's different, and I think that it sort of does a lot better than the older type of stuff. And I think a big reason for that is what I can't remember who said it, but I'm gonna refer to it this way because I think it's a really good word for it, which is the beastification of content, which is obviously referring to Mr. Beast, Jimmy himself. And the thing with that I sort of want to talk about here a little bit is because I don't watch Mr. Beast. I watch I've seen Jimmy in interviews where he talks about like YouTube and how to make like a good video or how to succeed at it. And I think he has a lot of decent advice or a lot of good advice actually. It sounds all pretty like based on everything I've ever seen or heard said about it. I think he's spitting facts. But the thing about Mr. Beast content is I don't watch it really. I think I've seen a couple of videos, just like I've skimmed them because I've turned them on and been like, oh, I'm not. This is not for me. Um, and it's the visual equivalent of like dangling keys in front of your face. Like it's just noise, in my opinion, and I think that's why it does really well. Because it's the thing is with the beastification of like content is I think it's just like we've hit a point where we're just trying to optimize how long we can make you look at a screen, and we're not like we're more worried about how long we can get you to consistently stare at the screen than we are about anything else, which I think is fine, I guess. Like I guess that's where the distinction between YouTube video and like film sort of lies. because with, oh, did I not get that? Fuck, that's so lame. Okay. Yeah, the distinction between YouTube video and I guess cinema, I think is where that is now, and I think I've sort of come to understand that because I wouldn't really be able to tell you what it was before, but like after seeing like a Mr. Beast video, and there are people who like that type of video performs really well, and it's like highly edited. There's a lot of like whooshes and wahs and like just sound like random sound design. Well, it's not random; it's intentional, but it just feels it's all really obnoxious and in your face. And I feel like what I'm trying to do here with this type of video is like a direct uh reaction to that type of content. I don't know if any of what I've just said makes any sense, but I think it does, right? I think the core point of that is that I feel like most people would chalk what I'm saying up to the like the TikTok brain sort of stuff, like like attention spans are shorter, blah, 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 blah. And it's like I don't think that that's it based on what I've seen from this type of video and this type of content. I think it's actually just um it is actually, well, it is in a way, I guess. But it is like this type of video is just like a bombardment of dopamine hits, right? It's like blah, blah, noise. It's like this is happening, and then we're gonna find out what's happening next. And it's like they feel like one giant to be continued trailer. That is what this type of video is, and you get the payoff at the end. Sure, like things have to get paid off for people to like stick around, but like it really just feels like one long like to be continued trailer. Do you, if that like that's what I feel like the prevailing YouTube content is, because it's all just stuff that gets you to stick around because you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? It's like consistent. It's like oh my god, okay, this fish is actually, I don't know why that one caused me so much trouble. It is it's like a perpetual cliffhanger is what it is. And then on top of that, it's like you just get all these massive like editing whooshes and blah blah blah, and it's all in your face, and it's like Jesus, man, what is? Okay, yeah, all right, that's the first fish I failed. Holy shit, that's crazy. Um, yeah, and it's just noise, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit. I'll be honest. I don't know, and it's not like I'm not like any kind of purist. I know in the last video I said I make movies or short films or whatever, and however you want to classify that is like art. I mean, you can, but uh, like I'm not like a purist. Like I don't think that like I'm better than somebody like Mr. Beast making shit just because I what I make is like a film, comparatively. I think it's all still just storytelling. It's just the type of storytelling that happens in YouTube videos these days is like not something that I necessarily agree with. And so in many ways, um, what I'm doing here on this channel is like a direct, I believe Rooster, I think I heard Rooster Teeth say that it was Bernie Burns, Rooster Teeth man, said something like this about like de-shitification of like his corner of the internet, and that's kind of how I feel about this. Does that make any sense? Because this is not like I'm not throwing shit at you, right? I'm not just bombarding you with like noises and like cues to keep your eyeballs ticked in, right? It's like every 10 seconds there's not a new thing for you to be engaged with. I'm not just overstimulating your eyeballs to the best of my ability here. I'm literally just fishing in Minecraft. That is what's happening here. And you're listening to me yap if you're still here at this point. In which case, if you're still here, you should subscribe. You should consider liking the video if you're still present. But yeah, I just think content is like videos are like sort of, I don't know if I call it downward trend, but I feel like especially with the rise of like AI generated slop and whatnot, it's like I feel like we need sort of a renaissance of videos like this where it's just it's just dudes talking, just people talking about stuff, unedited people talking, doing whatever. Because hilariously enough, in a world full of AI slop, you just speaking into a microphone is revolutionary because you're not a bot, you're not a chat AI, uh reading a chat GPT script. You know, it's it's amazing. It's amazing to me that like this is more effort than some people are willing to put in, even though this is like as low effort an idea as I can conceive. Like like fishing in Minecraft and just yapping into a microphone is somehow high effort. Even though it's like literally the bare minimum of like a video. And it's funny because that's like the reason why I'm even doing it. Uh, is because it's just kind of fun to do this. So I'm just doing it. But it is like I don't know what content's gonna be 5, 10 years down the line, but I'm hoping that there is a sort of revolution or a renaissance of what I'll call like an older style YouTube video. Like I hope there's more of this type of thing that's happening. I hope this stuff rises to the top because like I think everybody is just tired of garbage in their feeds, you know? It's just not like I think people crave substance. People want to I don't know, they crave substance. They want something that's like tangible, I guess. It's like, whether that's like somebody like people want to hear stories and like they'll learn and infer from it. So like whether it's like you're just hearing somebody talk about their day or how they or their life, I feel like that is far more like like sustaining to me as like a viewer than fucking Mr. Beast putting like 100 celebrities in a dome for like $100 million or some shit. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. It's when you're on the internet making content, it's like you have a couple of camps you fall into, and it's there are people looking. There's people looking for like information and like educational stuff, and there's people looking for connection and sort of like community based type stuff, and then fuck, alright, I get too into the wheel starts spinning in my brain a little too fast, and I fuck up the fishing. Oh well. Um, where was I with that? I kind of lost it. Um, no, but like the point is that like I think content nowadays, like people like the rat race of like YouTube and people like trying to like optimize it and make as much as possible, or like they're just dangling keys in front of your face because that's what it is. It's like a really interesting thing to determine or to have like realized because it's obvious, but like I just hadn't thought about it before until like I opened a Mr. Beast video for like the first time and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. That's what this is? This is crazy." Because it's and some people do take like this thing and they still tell stories and they're still like interesting, and I'm not saying that like people don't make good videos like this or whatever like that. I still think that's all subjective to you, and I think that storytelling inherently is a sort of a subjective medium. Um, but like from what I've seen of like Mr. Beast and some other people, it just feels like visually jangling keys in front of your face because it's literally just like, oh, hello, you're here. Look at me, look at me, look at this, look at that, shiny, ooh, shiny, whoo, like it's just random whoosh noise, and it's like, oh, it's like look at that, keep engaged, don't look away, and it's like, okay, and it's one of those things where it's like I understand why that is, right? Because we're trying to like farm the higher the retention rate, the better the video does or whatever, and that's fine. But it's like I feel like to some extent, it's like if the content was like worth watching, wouldn't it be fine anyway? You know what I mean? Like people say, let the content speak for itself or whatever the fuck. And it's like, well, if what you had was actually substantial, like was actually like something that people wanted to watch, I mean, wouldn't it? Shouldn't it be fine anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you have to dangle keys? Do you have to shake keys at me? Get me to keep watching if it's actually good? I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I sound like just maybe I just sound like a hater, and maybe I am a little bit, but like not really. I got nothing but respect for Jimmy Beast, but I just think it's I just think content could be better, like in general. Like I'm not trying to say uh like you can't have over edited videos. Like I'm not saying everything should be a unedited Minecraft fishing video, but I do think that we could, you know, I'd like to see like a pivot away from shorts because I like stuff like that. I don't know. I I feel like I'm saying I don't know. I feel like this video has kind of been just like I had like a vague idea what to come in here with, and I didn't fully know what to talk about. But like I'm still trying because I am still thinking about this. I just don't have as clear a vision, I guess, of what I'm trying to say as I would have liked to. Um, but it is like this is how I feel about it. I feel like you can kind of decipher what I'm trying to say here. You know, I feel like it makes sense. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I'm definitely just like yapping and rambling. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I'm just talking about how I feel about it because I think I think shorts were a mistake. That's what I think. Because I think everybody talks about just getting stuck into like the doom scroll on reels, and that's like another thing of like reels are kind of just dangling keys at you in a way. Not necessarily the content within the reels themselves, but like the way that it's presented to you. It's like just an infinite scroll. It's made as easy as possible for you to just stay on a screen because these platforms want you to stay engaged for as long as possible. Um, and they want you to keep scrolling. And so and just you know, it's I don't think it's good for anyone's health. I think everybody's like nobody likes being stuck in in an infinite Instagram Reels scroll. I feel like, um, and so it just feels like these. So like not only does a lot of content on these platforms just feel like I'm having keys dangled in my face now, but it also just feels like they're actively trying to hinder uh they're actively trying to prevent me from doing other things because they're just keeping me locked in on their stuff, and it's just kind of like, oh man. But I guess that's kind of more of a different topic at that point. But I don't know. I think that made sense. If any of that made sense to you, you know, maybe leave a little bit of a comment down below. But I think I think that's it. I think I've exhausted that. So let's go through the hall here. We got some Neptune's bounties. Let's see what we got. Okay. Okay. All right. We got 2 ingots. That's pretty nice. Let's just dump all the fish in the bundle for now. Uh, yeah, and I'm just gonna go through what we got here. But yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys, you know, I hope you got something out of what I was talking about. I don't know. It feels like incoherent rambling, but I feel like there was sort of an overlying message, and perhaps if you feel similarly to me, you will sort of understand what I was going for. But oh, artifact trove. What is that? Open using an extractinator. Okay, and that's money. That's a diamond. Oh, we got 3 epic hats. We'll go through that in a second. I don't know. That's 3 cotton seeds. Okay, more hats. Okay, all right. We got more money. This is crazy. This is actually a decent haul. What the hell, dude? Okay, we got TV. Oh, yo, I can be Vox from fucking. I can be. It's me, Vox from Amazon's hit TV series Has Been Hotel. Oh, I can also be Shovel Knight. And oh, the Mind Flayer. That's crazy. Okay, all right. These are some burnt hats. All right, folks. That's gonna be it for me. For me, from, geez, I can't speak English. That's gonna be it from me for today. Uh, if you made it this far, subscribe, comment, like the video. I don't know. If you made it this far, clearly you're enjoying this. So, until next time.